fought so everyone would leave me and Janie alone. It only took a few hits. This puke was blocking my test punches, and he looked good doing it. My blocks are short and tight to my body, but his arced in these graceful curves, leaving his body open. It was easy to spot when and where to hit him. I let it play out, even though I knew how to get him, because I kind of wanted him to hit me. It was just one of those days. I knew it would help. I relaxed. I dropped my arms. He pressed his entire body forward. His fist drove at my stomach, turning as he punched. I thought, here's something, because it looked good. I tensed my stomach. But when it landed, I started laughing. That's probably why everyone except Clay still thinks I'm psycho, because I let him hit me 2 more times while I just stood there laughing. Because his punches were nothing. They looked great, but stopped short. A little thump, like getting hit by a paperback book. At first I wondered why such a strong-looking punch whiffed. Then I realized that he'd never really hit anything. He was one of those guys you see in strip mall karate places, punching at the air and pulling their punches when they face each other. His punch was like that, robbed of its own force. I laughed and hit him so hard he doubled over. I thought about my sister, what he'd said about her, and broke his nose. Janie wasn't happy with me, so I felt like an idiot, but it was almost worth it because everyone pretty much leaves her alone now. It would have been totally worth it, except I was suspended for 2 days. The suspension was nothing, but I ended up staying out the rest of the week because of broken ribs. They didn't come from the fight. That was my 2nd year in high school, and no one's fought me since. I kind of miss it. I'm not a bully or anything, but it can feel good to take care of yourself. It can feel good to have some power for a change. But I don't pick fights or mess with people. If they leave me alone, I leave them alone. There's nothing worse than a bully. That's what most everyone thinks I am. A lazy bully. A should-be dropout who somehow hasn't gotten a clue. Teachers are afraid of me ever since 8th grade. Which makes sense. Or they see me sleeping in their classes and act surprised when I actually turn in some homework or do okay on the tests. Although Clay gets most of the credit for the me doing homework part. Teachers don't get that I actually like it at school. I stay as long as I can, and so I end up walking home every day. Sometimes I go to the old gym and work out, or I walk to my under-the-table job at the building supply store. But mostly I go hang at Clay's house and play video games. I met Clay at the start of 7th grade. We were all new to the junior high, and there was some stupid hazing getting handed out. But as the new kid in town, Clay wasn't just new to the upperclassmen. He was new to us, too. That made it worse for him. For everyone else, the hazing was lame. Shoving in the hall, pushing runts into lockers, pack dynamics. I already had a bit of a reputation, and I'd begun to cement it on that first day. Punched an 8th grader in the stomach when he got in my face, doubled him over, and walked away before a teacher saw. It was enough that unless I flirted with the wrong girl, I was pretty much going to be left alone. The day I first met Clay, I was in a good mood, having a pretty great day. Not Clay, though. He was trying to get to class, and the 8th and 9th grade pre-dropouts were blocking his way. They wouldn't let him through to the hall. Stupid, proud fool that he was, Clay wouldn't back down, turn and go the long way around. He wouldn't throw a punch either. But I didn't know that at first. Let me tell you, Clay shines like a new penny in a grate, and that is not a good thing. Anyone could tell Clay had a future, that he had someone at home who cared about him, but he didn't fit in with the preps. His clothes weren't that nice. He didn't fit in with any of the groups. That was enough for most people. That was enough for me, too, just in a different way. I walked right up behind him, like I needed to get through the door, too. It went about like you'd expect. When the leader finally stepped to me and threw a punch, you could see it coming a mile away. I slapped it aside, pivoted, and drilled a fist into his solar plexus. Gasping, eyes big like he was trying to catch his slammed-out breath through them, the bully stumbled aside. The others backed up, except for one who lunged at